Hello MotoGP enthusiasts. Welcome back to ZNGP today. Marc Márquez arrives at Motorland Aragón determined to transform the frustration of Silverstone into renewed momentum. The Spanish circuit is not only one of his favorites but also a venue where Ducati has consistently excelled, making it a natural stage for Márquez to reassert himself in the championship fight. With the season entering its decisive phase, Aragón offers him the chance to harness both his personal history at the track and the strengths of the Desmosedici package. Toprak Razgatlioglu heads into the Aragón Grand Prix with tempered expectations, acknowledging that Yamaha's new V4 project remains a work in progress. The Turkish rider, who has yet to crack the top 10 in his rookie MotoGP season, is drawing confidence from past success at the circuit in World SBK but admits the transition to MotoGP machinery has been far more demanding. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Few circuits are as closely tied to Márquez's career as Aragón. His first victory there in Moto2 back in 2011 marked the beginning of a special relationship, and since then he has collected 7 Premier Class wins, including dominant weekends where he swept pole, sprint, and Grand Prix victories. In recent years, Aragón has also symbolized his Ducati renaissance. In 2024 he ended a 3-year drought with a double win, and in 2025 he repeated the feat as a factory rider. It's a circuit that brings out the best in me and our bike. The track's blend of long straights, heavy braking zones, and flowing left-hand corners perfectly suits Márquez's aggressive late braking style and Ducati's acceleration. This synergy gives him not only a tactical edge but also a psychological boost. Aragón is a place where he expects to win. Márquez's ongoing right shoulder injury continues to shape his season. The fracture sustained in Indonesia last year, compounded by nerve issues earlier in 2026, forces him to adapt even in daily life, from how he sleeps to abandoning sports like padel. On the bike, he has modified his inputs to reduce strain, adjusting braking pressure and body positioning to remain competitive. The challenge for Ducati is to balance performance with sustainability. Setup choices must protect his shoulder while still allowing him to exploit the Desmosedici's strengths. Márquez himself admits he can fight at the front, but not yet at the level he feels capable of, making careful race management essential. Determined to arrive sharp, Márquez and his brother Alex trained at Aragón during the break, even using the karting track to maintain rhythm and reflexes. He believes the circuit's less physically demanding nature compared to Silverstone will allow him to stay closer to the front group in both the sprint and Grand Prix. 2 weeks of recovery and targeted preparation underpin his confidence. This preparation reflects Márquez's pragmatic approach: maximize circuits that suit his style, manage physical strain carefully, and arrive mentally ready to attack. Aragón, with its history and layout, is the perfect venue for such a strategy. The 2026 title fight is one of the closest in recent memory, with the top 5 riders separated by just 41 points. Márquez sits fourth, 40 points behind Jorge Martín, making Aragón a high-leverage round. A strong result could compress the standings and reignite his bid for a 10th crown, while a poor weekend would force him into riskier tactics during the unpredictable flyaway rounds. Ducati's priorities will be tire management and braking stability, ensuring race distance pace without compromising Márquez's physical condition. Aragón is not just another race, it is a potential momentum shifter. Success here could redefine the narrative of the championship, reminding rivals that Márquez remains a formidable force even when managing injury. Beyond the immediate championship, Aragón carries symbolic weight in Márquez's career. It is where he first announced himself as a rising star, where he dominated as a champion, where he suffered during injury years, and where he rediscovered victory with Ducati. Each phase of his career has been reflected at this circuit, making it a mirror of his journey. A win this weekend would not only close the points gap but also add another chapter to his legacy, proof that resilience, adaptation, and sheer determination can overcome physical limitations and competitive adversity. Motorland Aragon represents both familiar ground and a strategic opportunity for Marc Márquez. The circuit's characteristics align with his strengths and Ducati's package, and his focused preparation aims to convert that alignment into points. Whether Aragon becomes the turning point in his quest for a 10th title will depend on tire behavior, race distance management, and his ability to extract peak performance while protecting his shoulder. For Márquez, the weekend is more than a race. It is a chance to turn history into momentum and redefine the closing phase of the championship. Razgatlioglu has been frank about the difficulties of his rookie campaign. His best results so far, 11th in Hungary and Brno, underline how challenging it has been to adapt from the World SBK paddock, where he was a dominant champion, to MotoGP's prototype machinery. The Yamaha V4, still in its early development cycle, has compounded the challenge by lacking the outright competitiveness of rivals. Aragon, however, offers him familiarity. He won there in World SBK last season and has tested the MotoGP bike at the track, giving him a reference point. With the MotoGP bike, it will be another difficult weekend. His immediate ambition remains modest but meaningful: to close the gap to Yamaha teammates Fabio Quartararo, Alex Rins, and Jack Miller, and to finally achieve a top 10 finish before the season concludes. For a rider accustomed to fighting for wins, this recalibration of goals reflects both realism and resilience. Team director Gino Borsa has emphasized that while incremental gains have been made in chassis and electronics, the real breakthrough lies in the upgrades expected soon. These improvements are believed to target handling balance, electronic delivery, and corner exit stability, areas where Yamaha has struggled compared to Ducati and Aprilia. For Aragon, the team's focus is on maximizing the current package, but the promise of new parts signals a turning point in the project. We are also waiting for some important upgrades that will arrive soon. If the upgrades deliver, they could provide Razgatlioglu with a more predictable bike and allow Miller to exploit his experience at circuits like Aragon. The upgrades are not just about lap times, they are about restoring confidence in Yamaha's trajectory and showing riders that progress is tangible. Motorland Aragon is a circuit of contrasts. Its long back straight exposes Yamaha's horsepower deficit, but its flowing mid-sector rewards riders who can carry corner speed and manage tires effectively. Razgatlioglu's aggressive braking style and World SBK success at the venue give him a foundation to build on, even if outright speed remains elusive. Miller, who has podium history at Aragon, views the track as one of his favorites and expects to contribute valuable setup feedback. For Pramac, the weekend is as much about data collection as it is about results. Tire management, electronics calibration, and chassis feedback will be critical in shaping the next phase of development. Success for Pramac at Aragon will not be measured in podiums but in progress. Narrowing the gap to the factory Yamahas in practice and qualifying, improving race distance stability, and validating chassis and electronics tweaks are the key objectives. For Razgatlioglu, a top 10 finish would be a symbolic breakthrough, marking his first major milestone in MotoGP. For the team, consistent lap time improvements across sessions would confirm that the upgrade path is moving in the right direction. Even modest gains will carry weight, given the developmental timeline of the V4 and the looming 2027 regulation reset, which promises a fresh start with 850cc engines and Pirelli tires. Yamaha's struggles in recent seasons have been well documented, with no wins since 2022. The V4 project represents a radical departure from its long-standing inline-4 tradition, and its teething problems have coincided with the rise of Ducati and Aprilia. Razgatlioglu's rookie season has therefore become a dual test: his adaptation to MotoGP and Yamaha's adaptation to a new engine philosophy. The upgrades teased by Borsoi are more than technical fixes. They are symbolic of Yamaha's determination to reassert itself. If they succeed, they could restore faith among riders and fans that Yamaha is capable of returning to the front of MotoGP. Toprak Razgatlioglu approaches Aragon with humility and determination, aware that the weekend will be difficult but motivated by past success and relentless training. Pramac Yamaha's promise of imminent upgrades injects cautious optimism, suggesting that the closing rounds of 2026 could finally showcase the progress the team has been working toward. For Toprak, Aragón is another step in his rookie learning curve. For Yamaha, it is a test of whether incremental development can translate into visible gains. The results may not be spectacular, but the lessons learned could prove vital in shaping both rider and team for the challenges of 2027. Thanks for watching ZNGP today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!